Hey. I hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. It's your favorite remote work enthusiast, Delilah, and today I have five hot remote opportunities to share with y'all. And you guys, I am smiling from ear to ear because all of these leads, what they have in common is the fact that they are beginner friendly, foot in the door, company's gonna give you a chance roles, okay? That is what all of these have in common. And I'm excited. I'm gonna try and get through these without getting too much in my soapbox. You guys know me. I just love to share these leads. But first things first, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell and select all. That way YouTube tells you every time I post a video, and I post Monday through Friday the hottest remote opportunities. So if you're trying to get hired, you want to work from home, and this is the type of content you're into, lock it on in. You're gonna love it here. And welcome. We're glad to have you. So without further ado, we are ready to jump in. All right, you guys. I've had my coffee and I'm ready to get into these hot leads. I don't want to delay because we gotta, put ourselves out there, put our best foot forward. So jumping on into it, the first company that I am spotlighting is Conduent. And this is a company that has been featured on my channel several times, many times. All of these companies today, actually. And I love that because we know the companies, we're familiar with them. Now, if you're not familiar with Conduent, this is a business process outsourcing company, which is just a fancy way for saying that other companies outsource their sales and customer service and IT and you name it type roles to this company. And so you can check them out over on Glassdoor. Huge company, great reviews for being so large. We love it. And they've been voted as a most loved workplace, which is awesome. Now, getting into the roles, if you want to find what they have at the top, they have a tab that says careers. And when you go there, you can find out more about Conduent and their careers, what they have going on. And we love that. I'm just going to hit search and leave it blank. And from there, I'm able to toggle what I want to see. So I can go over here and say yes to remote. And then I can even toggle for the type of remote work, whether part-time, full-time. If I want to make sure that the role works for my state, I can just go ahead and toggle, for my state. Now I'm getting into one particular lead right now. So jumping on in here, this is for their data entry associate role. Now I've shared multiple data entry roles from Conduent, and if you're interested in this type of work, this is one of those companies to watch because they're always hiring, they're always getting opportunities. Remember, they're a BPO, that's why, and they're running a major operation, and something they consistently have are data entry roles that are very beginner friendly. Now, this one in particular is an overnight data entry role. You guys see these hours? 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. You're going to work Tuesday through Saturday with Sunday and Monday off. Now, I also have to point out that this company, for some roles, can't hire in certain locations. So you gotta live in one of these locations, and then they even tell us where they do not hire. So don't worry if you're like, oh man, my state's not in the number, Delilah. I have more leads, and your state's definitely in one of those leads, okay? Now, what you're doing in this role is you're going to be capturing and validating complex data, classifying images and documents, pre-adjudicating documents, and correct data as required, verify data from automated data extraction tools, complete assignments using multiple source documents, work within established procedures and practices, and under close degree of supervision. And so this company is beginner friendly. You just need to know Microsoft Office and know how to use the internet. You need to be able to work under pressure and meet deadlines. You need to have your internet where it needs to be, the speed. Okay, if you know basic knowledge of medical terms, that's great, but it's preferred, don't have to have it. Gotta be at least 18 years or older, high school diploma or GED, eligible to work in the US, gotta be able to pass a background check and a screening, okay? And that's what they're looking for. So notice they don't say, we need you to show up with 2-3 years of experience. No, they don't say that because they're going to, provide training. And so that's the thing about, some roles, they want you to show up with everything. This is the type of company where as long as you've got the things that they've identified make for a great employee, they're willing to teach you what you need to know. So if you're interested in this role, I highly recommend putting your best foot forward using the remote resume builder software. We have ATS optimized templates pre-uploaded, and the template for this role is the data entry resume template. You guys, it's almost like it was made just for this role. I'm not just saying that, okay? It's true. And we also have the data entry cover letter template. And the power of these templates is you go into the software, you find the template, you just type in data entry, and then you see the template, you duplicate it, you keep what you want to keep, change what you want to change, and then boom, you're ready to download. So these are already filled out. That's going to take 90% of the work away, and you're just going to add your razzle dazzle. So try it out. It's just $1 during our 7-day trial. As soon as you sign up, you're going to get instant access, and I'll talk more about this, but we got to move on to those next leads. So moving along, the next company spotlight is Cigna. And I have shared Cigna again a million times, but I love these huge companies that always have roles. Now, if you're not familiar with them, you can check them out on Glassdoor. Huge company, excellent rating in the healthcare industry. That's what we want to see. If you want to navigate to Cigna's careers, you would just scroll down to the very bottom, and then you will see under the Cigna Group information where they have the Cigna Group careers. And when you select that, you'll be taken to their page where you can see all of their career information, and you can, learn more about the company. Now, we want to see what they have available. If you want to see the careers that are direct hire by the company, you would hit this search bar, which is what we're going to hit. But I also want to show you guys something else. I've showed you guys this, multiple times, but there's always new viewers. So I got to tell you every time. All right. If you know, just hang tight. They also offer contract opportunities. And if you open up the contract opportunities, you'll be taken to a different job portal where if you just hit that button right there, when you hit that magnifying glass there, now you're going to see their contract opportunities, and you can see that their contract roles are short scope roles. Some of them might go on for a year. You'll see some of those, some of them 4 months, but we see even as little as like 3 months. Okay. Sometimes you'll even see like 2 months like this. So they have contract temp opportunities, and that might work better for you. Now, just going back to where we were, if we hit that search bar, now we're going to see that side menu where we can toggle for remote, and we're going to be able to toggle for, our specific state if we want to make sure it works for our state, or we could leave it and we can see, opportunities that are available US wide as well as for our own location. Now, the one that I want to spotlight is their customer service representative role. And so they make sure we can read this because they got this in gigantic text here. It says, after completion of application, be sure to complete the required assessment to continue in the hiring process. So if you like to make a difference and help people have great communication skills and are able to problem solve with a cool head, EviCore Healthcare, a subsidiary of the Cigna Group, wants you to join our team. And joining our non-clinical team, you will help manage the benefit needs of inbound callers from start to finish while delivering excellent patient provider care. So you're going to be taking about 100 to 125 inbound calls from health plan clients, providers, and imaging centers seeking pre-authorization. And so you're going to properly handle and verify patient records under HIPAA and PHI, accept multiple back-to-back calls utilizing various applications, follow the complete formal script pathway with each caller, remain client-focused at all times. They're going to give you an 8-week training. You got to attend 100% of it, and then you need to meet or exceed all performance metrics. Now, getting into the qualifications, you just need a high school diploma, prior customer service background strongly preferred, but that's preferred, okay? It's nice to have. You don't have to have it. Intermediate proficiency of Microsoft Outlook, gotta know how to use, the Microsoft and, computer apps. Excellent customer focus orientation, takes accountability and ownership, engaged, coachable, upbeat, team player who exchanges personal knowledge, offers and accepts support, flexible, open-minded, self-confident, and empowered. So you guys, you see what I'm looking at here? You see how I'm scrolling through and how they don't mention anything about years of experience. Okay, this is why this is in the leads today, because this is a beginner friendly foot in the door opportunity. And okay, I'm going here. Okay, look at the things you're getting experience with. Do you guys understand how many times I see roles where they're talking about we need you to show up with experience handling, patient records? Gotta have at least a year before we'll look at you. Do you know how many leads I see where the leads are talking about, pre-authorization? Okay, how many leads are talking about, being compliant with HIPAA and, all of these other things? You're learning highly transferable in-demand skills. So if you guys are interested in, getting your foot in the door for healthcare and moving on from here, then I will put my best foot forward. And the template that I recommend using would be the healthcare call center template. They told you you're going to be on the phone, so they want to hear about being on the phone. This would be the perfect template. And I would pair that with the healthcare call center cover letter template and be on my merry way. So try out the software. And now let's move on to the third company. So jumping on in here, the third company is Humana, another huge healthcare company. And honestly, every time I think about Cigna, I think about Humana and vice versa. So I was glad to see that Humana actually has two roles that I want to spotlight. Now, if you're not familiar with them, this is another huge healthcare company, lots of reviews on Glassdoor, great rating. If you want to navigate to their careers, all you need to do is just scroll down to the bottom, and then under About Us, you'll see careers. And when you select that, you'll be taken to their careers page where you can learn all about the company and all the great things they've got going on. We're just going to hit that search with it being blank. And then from here, we can toggle whether or not it's a remote role. And if we want to toggle our state specifically, we can, and we can go from there. Now, the first role that I want to spotlight is their customer success agent role. This is available nationwide. And so this opportunity lets us know that the customer success agent drives member retention through active engagement with high-risk members, handles escalated member concerns leading to discussions of plan options in election periods, resolves disenrollment issues, and guides members through the Medicaid LIS recertification process to quality for dual plans, understands own work area professional concept standards, regulations, strategies, and operating standards, makes decisions regarding own work approach priorities, and follows direction. Work is managed and often guided by precedent and or documented procedures, regulations, professional standards with some interpretation. And so what's required is you need the ability to obtain or have your active health insurance license. Now, this is what got my attention because the number of roles that I see where they want you to show up with your health license, okay, I see it every single day. They tell us you just have to have the ability to obtain it, which means that they are willing to get you licensed in this role. And I don't really see a lot of roles talk about getting you licensed for health. I see far more saying, hey, we'll get you licensed for PNC, but I rarely come across roles that say they'll get you licensed for health. They also say demonstrates strong verbal communication skills, ability to connect meaningfully, simplify complexity, and integrate internal efforts, must be available to work any shift between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m., including weekends. So they've got y'all's night hours and y'all's weekends hours that y'all love. Overtime and weekend work will be required during peak season. And hey, we're not scared of overtime because that means we get overtime. You know what I'm saying? And then must be passionate about contributing to an organization focused on continuously improving. So you guys, this is another foot in the door opportunity. I absolutely love this. And if you do too, then I would put my best foot forward using the remote resume builder software. And being that this is also in a call center environment, you could use the healthcare call center resume template, make it customized to this because this role is talking more about retention. Okay, that other role, it wasn't really talking about retention. So we need to make sure that we mention that we've got that type of ability, okay, whether we've done it or we can. And then we also have a healthcare resume template. Maybe you're coming from another healthcare background. You could use that one. And we have other templates too in the software. So I would use the healthcare call center template, customize it for this role, and be on my merry way. Now, the second lead from Humana that I wanted to point out is a seasonal opportunity. This is another good one, okay? And this is for their consumer service operations. They let us know that you'll be responsible for the daily activities across multiple service function areas. The consumer service operations representative one performs basic administrative, clerical, operational, customer support, computational tasks, and it's typically routine and patterned. So you're going to get experience with underwriting, okay? Another very in-demand transferable skill. It says that you're going to be preparing and scrubbing applications for underwriting review, which includes reviewing enrollment applications. You're also going to have to be okay with talking on the phone. This one mentions just 20 to 30 inbound calls. Okay, that's nothing compared to that 100 plus we just saw. And they also let us know that you're going to get experience with Medicare. That's another one that I see all the time. And so to qualify for this, they let you know that they're looking for someone who has prior customer service or operations work experience. How much they don't say. So have you worked at McDonald's? Have you worked at the shoe store? Have you worked at Sears like I did? Okay. Prior experience utilizing multiple computer applications. We know how to use a computer. Demonstrated skills and attention to detail. Work at home requirements include a minimum internet connection speed of such and such. And so this is the lead, you guys. This is a great opportunity. This is another foot in the door role. Gonna get great benefits. I would definitely put my best foot forward. And the template to use, I would go for the administrative coordinator template because it already highlights a lot of that paperwork, which you're gonna be getting experience doing in this role. Now, you're also going to talk on the phone. So if your background is more like customer service based, maybe you've talked on the phone in a call center environment, you could also use that healthcare call center resume template. And remember, we're not submitting the same template twice. So you got to make your little tweaks to it, add your razzle dazzle. So you could go for either one. And we have the cover letters for both of these. So I would use the administrative coordinator cover letter template, or I would use the healthcare call center cover letter template and be on my merry way. So now we've got one last remote opportunity. Jumping on in here, the last remote opportunity that is beginner friendly, foot in the door friendly, okay, is Allstate. And I've just been sharing Allstate left and right like these other companies. This is a huge insurance company. With Allstate, you're in good hands, or whatever the, little slogan is. Now, if you want to get to their careers, all you need to do is just scroll to the bottom and then you'll see under company careers. And from there, you can learn all about the company, what they've got going on. They've got other companies under their umbrella, and I'm pretty sure we recognize some of these. I definitely do. And if you want to see their opportunities, you would just go to search jobs. And from there, you'll be able to toggle whether it's fully remote, or it might be remote for a specific location, or hybrid, and you can go from there. Now, the role that I want to highlight is their MD Adjuster 1, 2, or 3 opportunity. And one of the things that caught my attention is this: 0 to 2 years experience preferred. Remember, I've mentioned that one of the ways you can identify if a company is willing to train you with no experience is if they just go ahead and say 0. And they did. And so they let us know that it's preferred if you have a bachelor's, but hey, preferred means nice to have. Got experience? Preferred. Nice to have though. And so in lieu of the above education requirements, an equivalent combination of education and experience may be considered. So they're going to give you really great benefits. And what you're doing in this role is you are going to be responsible for investigating and confirming the facts of loss for automobile accidents. This role determines coverage, liability, damages, and otherwise adjusts and negotiates claims within authority. So you are going to be working in the wonderful world of insurance. This looks like they have opportunities in the 1, 2, and 3 positions. And if you're trying to get out of what you're doing right now, like I said, I always throw out McDonald's. I always mention, the grocery store. You're working down to Kroger and you say, I'm tired of going to Kroger. I'm tired of working at Target. Okay. You can start in insurance. And that's one of the things that I love about insurance. They have a lot of foot in the door, will train you from wherever you're coming from type roles. So if you're interested, I will put my best foot forward You guessed it, with the remote resume builder software. And if you're coming from customer service, you could use customer service one or two, and then you can go through it and see, what are the things that they mention. They even give us the keys to success, literally. If they say something and we have it, we can customize our resume with that. So if you're coming from customer service, you can use those templates. Maybe you already work in insurance. We have insurance resumes as well. You could use the insurance customer service resume template. You might be, just doing general inquiries right now on the phone in insurance. And you're like, I want to become an adjuster. I want to go on more of like a career track versus like I'm talking on the phones. You're going to be talking on the phone here, but there's room for growth. And they even tell you there's room for growth because you can go up to the 3 position with them here. So there's a lot of opportunity. And if you want to get your application in, again, I recommend the remote resume builder software because these templates are already pre-filled out. You can join today and try it out for just $1, make unlimited resumes and cover letters during our 7-day trial. After that, it's only $37 a month to make unlimited resumes and cover letters and use all the templates. And we have a ton more than what's listed here. If you can think about the role, if you come across it, chances are we already have a template for it. And if we don't have a template by chance, we make template all the time. So when you sign up, as soon as you sign up, we're going to send you your login. It's going to look like this. Second email is going to teach you how to use the software. And the third email is going to be a link to our support desk. So if you are trying to put your best foot forward, try out the software. Next up on the resources list is Extra Leads Club. All of these leads were featured in Extra Leads Club today, and we add about 40 of the hottest remote opportunities every single weekday. If you want to save time, have us look for these remote opportunities for you and get results, consider joining Extra Leads Club. Link is in the description box. And last but certainly not least is my Amazon storefront. I receive a tiny commission if you purchase anything from here. And I'm always talking about the computers. You need a computer to work from home. This one you can get for $100. Bring your own monitor, keyboard, and mouse and be on your merry way. They also have packages if you need the whole hookup. And you can see 123. Okay, so Amazon's got the deals, y'all. So check out my Amazon storefront. Consider joining Extra Leads Club for just $1. It's only $10 a month after that. And consider getting your application and using the templates in the remote resume builder software for just $1. It's only $37 per month after that. So thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope this has been helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.